Hello, it's me again. Yep, that crazy brother. I got a lot of thoughts pushing through my mind right now. I'm sure you do too, because that's what it's time for here in this day and age and all of that. But, you know, that's what's going on. So it's kind of like this. I liken myself kind of like a flute, a harmonica, or saxophone, or something like that. When the supreme wind is pushed through any unit of life force, that supreme wind is going to cause that thing to perform the music it was structured to perform. Nobody or no thing on earth or in the universe can disagree with what music you perform when that supreme love comes pushing through. I have another idea, though, not say idea, but I have another thought that has popped up in my mind again, and I need your opinions on it. Not your judgments, but your opinions. We can't judge each other, but we do have opinions. We need to be knit together in love and help one another. Iron sharpens iron, and let's cultivate ourselves. But this is what recently came to my mind. Every now and then, the dentist needs her tooth pulled. Every now and then, the mechanic needs her car fixed. Every now and then, the doctor might need a surgery. Every now and then, the minister might need ministering to. Every now and then, a police officer might need to be taken to jail. Now, keeping that type of thought in mind, what is the reason for God, quote unquote, creating humanity? Did God create us to expose itself? Did God create us to fix its problem? I mean, because after all, it's mankind that is aware of sin and declares itself guilty of sin. I don't do that, but I notice that people do that. Now, that being the case, if if the dentists need their tooth pulled every now and then, and God created human beings in God's image and likeness, per se, with the same ability, the same spirit, the same caliber, the same mindset, the same ingredients that God has, why did God bring us forth? Did God bring us forth to help it out of some sort of trouble that we don't know about? Or did God really create us to just kick it with the king, like I said in that other video? Nobody can call me a liar. Nobody can call me incorrect. Nobody can declare or say that I'm wrong, because everybody is different, yet we're all alive and we all have access to the supreme database. And it's going to have a different influence on an individual than it has on everybody else. Everybody has to sing their individual personal song. You don't have to agree with it, but you cannot say that I'm incorrect or that I'm a liar or that I'm wrong. You can't say that. That you cannot say. You can't say that. That's like somebody trying to come to me, a black man, trying to convince me that I'm a white woman. You can't get me to believe that about myself. I know I'm real. I'm just looking for like-minded individuals that can help me understand myself, and I can help them understand themselves. Why do we exist? And why were we given so much power, caliber, thought, and eternal life? And speaking of eternal life, what the fuck is death? And then you have these people that go on and on talking about eternal life begins when you die. How can something that is eternal begin after you end? It's all messed up. I don't understand what I've been taught in the world, but acknowledging that I don't understand what I've been taught in the world helps me find myself. And the more I find myself, the more confused I am, blessedly confused, because here's what's happening. I seem to be analyzing myself with the mind that I've been trained to use, and that's not working. So I must be on the cusp of leaving the fake and grasping the real right about now, because I see and hear and feel all kind of truth bringing itself to fruition and acknowledging itself at my presence, and things that I've been taught are falling off. You know, that they're going away. So that might be what it is. I might be at the cusp of the fake me and the real me. I think that's what all of us are going through right now, come to think of it. I don't think my enlightenment, matter of fact, I know darn well, and I wouldn't dare do this. I know darn well my enlightenment is not something that I've been given to change the world. My enlightenment established itself in me so that my world can change. It's kind of like one of those supreme paradoxes that, not supreme, I didn't mean to say supreme. It's kind of like one of those cool paradoxes that show up and say, I don't care how much you know, I want to know how much you care. Or something like, I didn't change my beliefs, but my beliefs changed. Or something like that. It don't matter. You know, something's happening to me now, and I would love very much for someone of a like mind who's going through the same type of stuff to contact me one way or the other, and let's get together and let iron sharpen iron. But you know, if you're Jewish or if you're Christian or Muslim or this race or that race, and you want to call me and tell me that I'm wrong, you know, you're just lying, you're a fool, and you're too full of this influence or that influence, and you're going to hell and all this other kind of stuff, you know, back off, back off. Because do I not have the right to exist and be myself? Of course I do, just like you do. You take your judgments back into yourself. And I will keep going through life emitting large bursts of love like I was created to. But I ain't even got to get involved in all of that. I got a lot to share. I just want to make sure I share it with the right people. I don't want to go to waste. I don't want to cast my pearls before swine, give that which is holy unto the dogs, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I just want to make sure I find the right people and the right people find me, because it's time. Even my astrological report says it's time. So I really honestly hope that this video goes viral. Not for the sake of money or cash, but for the sake of people, which are way more important than any amount of cash you can come up with. I need love. I want some people and some relationship in my life, and I'm calling on y'all, man. So get in contact with me.